I explored the old Queens District in downtown Niagara Falls on the border of Niagara-on-the-Lake in Canada. Niagara-on-the-Lake is a beautiful town surrounded with great bushes to make wine with lots of history, and just south of that is the downtown Niagara Falls. Clifton Hill is said to be the downtown of Niagara Falls, but the actual downtown of Niagara is this place on Queen Street, north of Clifton and the falls itself. Queen Street, along with a few smaller streets, were built around the 1850s for residential purposes. By 1904, the areas by the falls, including Clifton Hill, started growing, so by the 1930s, the residential purpose of Queen Street was rebuilt for commercial purposes, therefore making it the downtown. There isn't an exact date, but near the 70s, a lot of business started moving towards the falls, such as Clifton Hill, for better business, leaving the now old Queen Street in the dust. Ever since then, buildings have decayed, some were restored, and governmental places has left, along with one building, which is what I explored, called the Empire Building. The Empire Building, which is actually located on Erie Street next to Queen Street, originated in 1914 as a royal bank and in 1934 transitioned to a police detachment but still stayed a bank. Then in the 60s to 70s, it changed into an antique store and stayed around until the early 2000s, partly changing into a bookstore. From then, the Empire Building fell into disrepair, and in 2019, the old building was acquired by the historic Niagara Developments Corporation. A little restoration took place, and the buildings surrounding the Empire Building were demolished. Now the Empire Building sits on its last legs as it slowly collapses from the back. Two fun facts: there's an abandoned hotel named Europa and a discontinued train bridge in the old downtown next to the Empire Building. The hotel opened in 1910 and was famous until the early 2000s when it closed, and not that long ago, a fire broke out, damaging the Europa. I was going to explore it as it was just up the street, but the doors were welded shut and the windows were boarded up. The railway bridge, named the Michigan Central Railway Bridge, was built in 1925 to replace the Niagara Cantilever Bridge, which no longer exists. And there is another bridge right next to him, named the Whirlpool Rapids Bridge, which is still used today. The Michigan Bridge Railway ran through Niagara Falls, and because of that, it closed in 2001 as it wasn't largely used and it posed a hazard to tourists. Now, let's explore what's left. Okay, I'm walking down Old Queens District of downtown Niagara Falls, Canada. Over there is an abandoned hotel, Hotel Europa. I tried to film it, but there was no way into it. There's a picture of it right here. And right there is an old building, no trespassing. It's not boarded up or any of that. And you have this building, which looks old. Don't know what this building was. I don't know the history as I'm doing the research after the video. But you can even see old pictures of our heritage. And you can even see into the building. If you can see that. There is really no way into the building. But yeah, you can see Queen Street District. And even the front of it. Some guy walking down the street, so we're gonna go around to the back. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. But yeah, you can see the old brickwork. There's old jail, and right there is an old abandoned train bridge. I think it's called like the Michigan Bridge or something like that. There's that right there. There's a skate bike still open. I don't know how that's the case. Everything else is closed. You have back here, yeah, and you can see it is gutted. Vines growing up. It's actually not as much overgrowth here down in Canada. Antique books. It's all about old signs. You could probably get in right there, but it's fenced off and it all collapsed. See, look at that. Graffiti. Goes in. You can see all that. Can't really see in there. There's probably nothing in there anyway. But yeah, you could see
how gutted it is. They even put a fence around to deter anyone because this thing is coming down. You can see it's natural cave-in. This place, God knows how long it's been like this. There used to be more buildings down there, but they tore them down. As I looked on Google Earth for this place. You even see up in there, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see like kind of like a light. I don't know if you can see it in there, like a old like place you'd put a light. See, it's definitely overgrown. Okay, coming over here, as I showed you that, there's a door right here that's boarded off. There's no way to get into it. And you have this over here. I tried that door, it doesn't open, but there's a hole back there. But you can see it's street itself has seen better days. But you have this building over here. You have that little thing right there, which I haven't checked. Power meter's cut, there's no building. It's actually kind of a little old like throwback left of like blueprints. You'll see what I mean, but looks like someone threw that big brick in there, but there's no way into there. There's bars on the windows, all boarded up. See the back of this building, there's a hole over there. See if I can get to it. The door's locked, but you can see into there how much nature's gotten to it. Okay, over there to the bricks. All right, over here by the bricks, you have the big tree. You can definitely tell it's been here for a while. It's funny that you had the bricks. It looked like this was like torn down. Those bricks look pretty fresh too. They look pretty red. And then you have an old one of those old paper towel dispensers. So this was obviously a bathroom. Tell by that. They don't look that old either. I wonder how, like, when this place was gutted and all that. Look. You can even see like old tile work right here. It's even kind of smooth too. There's a it's funny over here and quite interesting. It's a world map. It's on graffiti, and if you see over there, there's just stairs. Or the stairs aren't left, but the railing is. So there's a second floor that doesn't exist, and you can see it's definitely fallen down. Over here, you can see a bunch of bricks. Looks like mulch, so much brick. Overgrown with those plants. I don't know what they are. See a railing. You have this building. The blinds are there despite there being, well, really no roof. Door's probably locked. Canada Nutrition Center. Someone even tried to hit it with a hammer and tried to break it, but yeah, you ain't getting in there. It's boarded up. But you can just see it's like a falling apart downtown area. This is all boarded up. It's just walking around down an old downtown area. It's all locked. Private property. That door, which is all boarded. Looked like someone threw a brick at that too. I mean, back around to the front, so that's pretty much this.
The only thing this area has left is Central Queen Street, which is better, and the train station that runs across the Whirlpool Bridge.